Yeah, so she's mocking the assassination attempt on Trump, Adam.
Well, look, this is hardly a surprise from that show and from that group of women. I mean, they're
I've not been a fan of this man's. I don't like how he talks to us. I don't like how he talks to the nation. Then he just wouldn't go. He was like a bug. He just kept being there. He was like a bug right there. Zzz.
Remember when Trump thought he was the king of The View? Well, Whoopi just crowned him the court jester. She's got the receipts, folks. Video proof that Trump's warm welcome was more like a cold shower. Trump's been tweeting up a storm, calling Whoopi names that'd make a sailor blush.
That tend to support Democrats, and I don't think that's really a help at all for Democrats. So look, I don't think it hurts Trump. I mean, of course it goes to their character, but I don't think it hurts Trump at all. Extremely anti-Republican, extremely anti-Trump, and actually I don't think it really hurts Trump, to be honest. I mean, I think when they come out and say things like that and they praise Democrats, I think it's a reminder to ordinary American voters that it's the wealthy people, the celebrities.
Yeah, and of course we saw a lot of Hollywood stars earlier this week come out in support of Kamala as well.
But our girl Whoopi, she's just getting started. Stick around to see how she turns Trump's tweets into comedy gold. It's like watching a master chef turn rotten oranges into the sweetest lemonade.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you. It was the episode of you when you were on The View. And I think it was 2015 or 2006, like when you were running for president. You got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add president of the United States to his resume?
Barbara was her usual polite self.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember when Trump thought he and Whoopi were BFFs? Well, grab your popcorn and get ready for a reality check, folks. Let's take a trip down memory lane to 2011 when the Donald strutted onto the View set like he owned the place. But hold up, something's not quite right here.
Something on that birth certificate that he doesn't like.
Oh my God,
that's a terrible
that
thing
is
to
just
say.
the
Whoopi, I'm
worst
telling
thing.
you.
He was 3 pounds
Donnie, I love you. I'm
Donald,
telling
I
you.
love you too. I think that's the biggest pile of dog mess I've heard in ages. As she was with every guest. But did I look? I respect Barbara. She said be polite to guests no matter what.
Yes.
And for the most part, I got through. I did it like I do now. And what they did for years, which is why people got up and said, you can't talk to me.
Whoopi's face isn't exactly screaming, "Welcome, bestie." It's more like, do I really have to sit through this? Now, you'd think Trump would pick up on these vibes, but nope. Our favorite orange turd decides it's the perfect time to go full birther on national TV. And let me tell you, you could practically see Whoopi's patience evaporating faster than Trump's hair in a strong wind. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, but with more fake tan and less sense. As Trump starts spewing his birther nonsense, Whoopi's BS detector goes off louder than a foghorn at a mime convention. I want him to show his birth certificate. There's something on it I don't like, Trump declares, probably expecting applause. Instead, he gets Whoopi looking like she'd rather be anywhere else, maybe even at a Trump University graduation ceremony. But our girl Whoopi isn't one to stay quiet when confronted with a steaming pile of Trump talk. She fires back, calling his claims the biggest pile of dog mess I've heard in ages. Ouch, that's gotta hurt more than trying to comb over a bald spot in a hurricane. The mood in the room goes from mad to yikes, quicker than you can say fake news. It's like watching a comedy roast, except Trump doesn't realize he's the one being roasted. Poor Donnie Diapers, always the last to know. But here's the kicker, folks. Trump later claimed this appearance was indicative of a warm relationship with the hosts. I guess in Trump's world, warm means looking like you'd rather eat a cactus than listen to another word. It's almost cute how delusional he is. Almost. Whoopi, being the queen she is, doesn't stop there. She goes from friendly host to vocal critic faster than Trump can tweet "cuff F." She hits him with the truth bomb that being a reality TV star is a bit different from being, oh, I don't know, the president of the United States. Shocking concept, right? As Trump continues to make more controversial statements than a shock jock with a loose tooth, Whoopi lays down the law. People don't want to be spoken down to. They don't want to be made fun of, she declares, probably while looking directly at Trump's spray-tanned face. It's like she's trying to teach a goldfish calculus. Frustrating, but you can't help but admire her patience. Just when you thought the Trump-Whoopi saga couldn't get juicier, she pulls out her secret weapon. And no, it's not her razor-sharp wit this time. It's something even better. Cold, hard video evidence. You see, our favorite orange turd has been running his mouth again, this time on Joe Rogan's podcast. Trump's been claiming he was never buddies with the View ladies. But Whoopi's not about to let Donnie Diapers rewrite history faster than he can tweet fake news. So what does our hero do? She whips out a clip from 2011 where Trump's introduced as our friend on The View. Talk about awkward. It's like catching your dad dancing at a wedding. You can't look away, but you really want to. And boy, did the audience love it. They went wild, cheering like they just won free MAGA hats at a flat earth convention. Seems like Whoopi's not the only one who's had enough of Trump's nonsense. You can almost imagine Trump's Twitter fingers twitching. How's he gonna tweet his way out of this one? Maybe he'll claim it was his evil twin brother, Donald Trump, who appeared on the show. Or perhaps he'll say he was temporarily possessed by the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Either way, it's gonna be harder to wriggle out of this than a spray tan stain on a white shirt. But here's the kicker. Trump's response to Whoopi's video evidence has been about as convincing as a toupee in a hurricane. He's been dismissing it faster than he dismisses his ex-wives, calling it fake news and trying to downplay their past interactions. It's like watching a toddler deny eating cookies with chocolate all over his face. And guess what? The audience is eating it up like it's the last slice of pizza at a Weight Watchers meeting. The segment featuring Whoopi's takedown of Trump has reportedly given The View a ratings boost. Turns out people love it when political commentary gets mixed with a healthy dose of humor. Who knew? It seems Whoopi's got more receipts than a shopaholic on Black Friday. And let's be real, Trump's in for a bumpy ride. It's like he's playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how good he is at the game, the bird's just gonna knock over all the pieces, crap on the board, and strut around like it won anyway. Whoopi's not just throwing shade at Trump, she's basically blocking out the sun with her epic takedowns. Our favorite funny lady is hoping the next election will give America a much needed breather from the Trump circus. I'm hoping that with this next election, we will have a breather, Whoopi said, probably while rolling her eyes so hard they almost fell out of her head. But let's be real, folks. This TV drama turned political soap opera is far from over. It's like a never-ending episode of The Real Housewives of Washington, D.C., but with more bad hair and fewer table flips. Whoopi's still swinging, Trump's still tweeting, and we're all just sitting here with our popcorn waiting for the next ridiculous plot twist. Stay tuned, America. This show's got more seasons than Law & Order, and twice the crazy.